Okay, so get this. We're diving into I Love Lucy today,
Oh, cool.
but not the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
This deep dive, this is a reimagined I Love Lucy.
Interesting.
Yeah, imagine those same characters, right? Lucy, Ricky, Ethel, and Fred. But instead of black and white, they're, well, glowing with health.
So like a modern take on the classics.
Yeah, exactly. And we're working from a podcast script that does exactly this.
Oh, cool.
And it goes way beyond, like just swapping cigarettes for grain smoothies.
Right.
It's like they're radiating this youthful energy that comes from, a totally balanced lifestyle.
I see. That ties in really well with this whole retro revival thing that's going on, Like it makes you think maybe there's like a nostalgia for simpler times.
Yeah.
But with a modern twist, right?
Yeah.
Like health conscious.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like taking the best of both worlds.
It's
And,
so.
Instead of like all those quick fixes we see today, the script really focuses on this like natural glow up
Yeah.
that you get from consistently practicing healthy habits.
Yeah, I like that.
And it really plays with your expectations.
I bet.
Like even Fred Mertz,
Oh, wow.
he has a six-pack.
Haha, no way.
Yeah. Obviously, that's a little exaggerated for comedic effect.
Right.
But it really underscores that anyone can achieve this, level of vibrancy
I see, yeah.
that they might not have thought was possible before.
That's a good point.
It makes me think about, how many seniors are embracing fitness and active lifestyles nowadays.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, they're rewriting the rules of aging, right?
Absolutely.
Showing that vitality isn't just for young people.
Yeah, you're right.
And the script really reinforces this by focusing on things that are relatable, like enjoyable activities.
Oh, yeah.
Not extreme diets or crazy workouts or anything like that,
Yeah.
but wholesome cooking,
Yeah, I like that.
like taking walks around the neighborhood,
Yeah.
even dance classes, things that make healthy living, accessible and fun.
So true.
That's what stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
Like, it really emphasizes that joy of movement. Remember all those classic scenes of Lucy and Ricky dancing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
This version, taps into that same energy,
I see.
but it channels it into activities that are good for them, physically and mentally.
Like a win-win.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you think, maybe we could all use a little bit of that Lucy energy in our lives.
Uh-huh.
Like, what small changes could we make to feel a bit more vibrant? Maybe trying a new recipe,
Oh, yeah.
going for a walk, or even dusting off those dancing shoes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It all starts with taking that first step.
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
It's not just about recreating I Love Lucy, right?
Right.
It's using this reimagined version to look at our own habits
So that's deep.
and seeing, what small changes,
Yeah.
what consistent changes
Yep.
we can make to feel better.
I like that.
And it shows us that these little changes over time can have a huge impact. It's like, the compound effect.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Like those little choices that seem insignificant,
Yeah.
but when you do them consistently, it can really transform, your health and well-being.
I agree with that.
And it's not just for certain people.
No.
It's a message for everyone, no matter how old you are or your fitness level.
Right.
This I Love Lucy reminds us it's never too late to embrace a healthier lifestyle.
It's all about taking those first steps, however small.
Exactly.
And you know what else? They're not just physically healthier in this version.
Oh, interesting.
They're also more mentally and emotionally balanced, it seems. Their relationships are stronger.
Oh, wow.
They're more engaged in their community.
That's great.
And they seem to have a greater sense of purpose.
I like that a lot. Now that's inspiring, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It makes me think, what other classic TV characters could use a healthy makeover?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
We could have a super fit Chandler from Friends,
Oh, I'd watch that.
or a health-conscious Alice cooking up plant-based meals for the Brady Bunch.
Uh-huh. That's hilarious.
Fun to think about.
Going back to that retro revival trend, it's really fascinating.
Yeah.
The script taps into that nostalgia for a simpler time.
Right.
But it's not just about wanting the past back. you know?
I see.
It's about taking those elements that made people feel good
Yeah.
and reimagining them in a way that makes sense today.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like, what aspects of that simpler lifestyle could we bring back?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So if you combine that nostalgia for simplicity with, that desire to be healthier, it's a really interesting concept.
I agree.
And that's what makes this I Love Lucy reimagining so compelling. It speaks to our desire for a life that's fulfilling and well balanced.
It really does.
And it makes you realize that that desire isn't out of reach.
Definitely not.
It's about making choices that line up with what we want and what we believe in.
You know, we've covered so much already.
Yeah, we have.
Maybe we should pause here
Okay.
and pick this back up in the next part.
Sounds good.
There's still so much to explore in this reimagined I Love Lucy.
I agree. I'm excited to continue this deep dive.
Me too. See you next time.
Okay, see you then.
So we're back, diving deeper into this reimagined I Love Lucy.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this is really cool.
I know, right? It's pretty wild how a show from the 50s can still feel relevant today.
Especially with this, healthy twist.
It really shows you how powerful stories can be
Yeah.
and how we can always find new ways to look at them.
Totally. Even with a story we already know so well.
Wow.
We were talking before about how this reimagined I Love Lucy is all about, healthy habits and a balanced lifestyle. But I'm kind of curious about how they handle aging in this script.
Oh, that's interesting.
It feels like they're turning the whole idea of getting older on its head,
Yeah, that's a great point.
Usually getting older means slowing down, losing your spark.
Right.
But they're not doing that here.
No, they're definitely not.
It's like they're saying age is just a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About how you feel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's refreshing, because so much of our culture is obsessed with youth.
Totally.
But this script is saying, no, you can be vibrant and engaged at any age.
It's like they're redefining what it means to grow older.
Exactly.
And they're not being preachy about it either.
Yeah, it's not like a lecture or anything.
No, it's still funny.
Yeah, you can tell they're having fun with it.
Right. They show how enjoyable a balanced life can be.
It's like they're giving us permission to let go of trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the ride,
Yeah. It's like, find what makes you feel good and do more of that.
Yeah, exactly.
What impressed me was how they kept those classic I Love Lucy personalities,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
even with all these changes.
Like Lucy is still mischievous.
Yeah.
Ricky is still charming.
And Ethel and Fred, they're still, Ethel and Fred.
Yeah, that's what makes it so much fun to watch.
Right. You get to see them in this new world.
But they're still themselves. Yeah.
Exactly. It's the best of both worlds.
It really is.
It's funny, I hadn't even thought about this before.
About what?
How their social lives change.
Oh, right. In the original, it was all nightclubs and parties.
Yeah, and lots of cocktails.
But here, it's like,
Morning walks.
yeah, dance classes, even healthy potlucks.
Wow. Yeah, it's a totally different vibe.
It's like socializing is part of their healthy routine now,
I like that.
instead of something that goes against it.
Makes you realize that healthy living doesn't have to be lonely.
Right. You can do it with people you care about.
Like Lucy and Ethel trying a new workout class together.
Yeah. Or Ricky and Fred playing tennis.
Couples that sweat together stay together.
Exactly. But seriously, those connections, they're so important.
They really are.
Not just for sticking with those healthy habits,
Right.
but for our happiness too.
Makes you realize well-being isn't just about what you eat or how much you exercise.
Yeah.
It's about the people in your life, too.
Absolutely. It's about how you connect with the world around you.
It's kind of inspiring how much their relationships change in this healthier context.
Oh, totally.
They support each other more,
Yeah, they're more patient.
more appreciative of their time together.
It's like they understand each other better now.
Yeah, and they're having fun.
Remember that scene with Lucy and Ricky
Yeah.
cooking together and laughing?
Oh, yeah, even when they messed up.
Exactly. Or when Ethel and Fred are watching Lucy and Ricky and they share that knowing look.
Yeah, those little moments are so sweet.
It's like their commitment to being healthy
Yeah.
brought them closer together somehow.
It's strengthened their bond.
I think so, yeah.
It shows that healthy habits can affect more than just you
Right. It can have a ripple effect
and create a more positive environment.
for everyone.
Exactly.
It's amazing how connected everything is.
Speaking of connections, it's interesting how they all have this renewed sense of purpose.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not just going through the motions anymore.
It's like they found something they're passionate about.
Yeah, they're contributing to the world around them.
Lucy's still after that showbiz dream, but she's doing it with more confidence.
He's more self-aware.
Yeah. Ricky's still a musician.
But he's also mentoring young artists.
Wow, that's cool.
Ethel found an outlet in dance.
And Fred's volunteering.
It's like they realized that that real fulfillment comes from doing what you love and making a difference.
That's such a great message.
I know, especially these days.
When everyone's focused on material success.
Yeah, like it's all about what you have.
But this, I Love Lucy, it reminds us that we can all make a difference.
No matter who you are or what you do.
It's about finding what lights you up.
Yeah.
And using that to make the world a little bit better.
I love that.
And it all ties back to self-discovery.
Oh, tell me more.
They're not just being healthy. They're using this transformation as a way to learn about themselves.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like Lucy's exploring her creative side.
Ricky's finding new ways to share his passion.
Ethel's trying new things.
And Fred's letting go of old baggage.
It's like they're peeling back the layers.
Yeah.
And becoming their best selves.
We could all learn from that.
For sure. Like, be open to new experiences, try new things.
Yeah.
And see what you discover about yourself.
You know, it makes you think about the bigger picture.
The bigger picture.
Yeah, like what if this wasn't just a fictional story?
I see what you mean.
What if we lived in a world where everyone embraced this healthy lifestyle?
Oh, wow, that'd be amazing.
Like, where getting older wasn't seen as a bad thing.
Yeah.
And everyone had access to resources that helped them feel good.
That's a world I want to live in.
Me too.
It's like this I Love Lucy is showing us what's possible.
Yeah, it's a vision of a healthier, happier future.
Where we're all connected and supported.
And where aging is something to be celebrated.
It gives me hope, honestly.
Me too.
It shows that we can create a better world.
One step at a time.
But you know, through all this, there's one thing I keep coming back to.
What's that?
It's how much joy there is in this reimagined I Love Lucy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not just about, you know, following the rules of being healthy.
Right, it's not a chore.
It's about finding things you enjoy doing.
Yeah, like spending time with people who make you laugh.
And appreciating those little moments.
Like when Lucy and Ricky are dancing.
Oh, yeah, right.
Or Ethel and Fred are joking around.
Having a good meal with friends.
Yeah, just enjoying life.
Those are the moments that make it all worthwhile.
They're everywhere, you know?
You just have to be open to them.
Exactly.
So, as we keep exploring this I Love Lucy, let's keep that joy in mind.
I like that.
Find things that make you smile, be with people who lift you up.
And just be present in those moments.
Yeah, that's where true happiness is.
It really is.
You know, another thing that really stands out to me
What's that?
is how much they value self-care.
Oh, yeah, that's woven into the whole story.
It's like they understand that taking care of yourself is essential for everything else.
Yeah, it's not selfish.
No, it's the opposite.
It's like if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anything else.
It's so easy to forget that in today's world.
Right. Like, we're always supposed to be doing more.
Always on the go.
But, this I Love Lucy, it reminds us that it's okay to slow down,
Yeah, to take a break.
to prioritize our needs.
So important.
It's not a luxury.
No, it's a necessity.
When you take care of yourself, you can handle anything.
So true.
So let's all make self-care a priority.
Yeah. What are some things we can do?
Well, you know, find what works for you. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's yoga.
Reading, spending time in nature.
Whatever helps you de-stress and recharge.
The point is to make it a habit.
And you know what? When you take care of yourself,
Yeah,
you're not just helping yourself.
right.
You're helping everyone around you too.
It's a good point. And speaking of helping each other,
Yeah.
I love how supportive they all are of each other in this. I love Lucy.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not just friends, they're family.
They're always there for each other.
Through thick and thin,
Exactly.
celebrating the good times, offering support during the bad.
It's like no matter what,
Yeah,
they know they can count on each other.
it's really heartwarming.
Makes you realize how important those relationships are.
They really are.
Having people who believe in you,
Yeah.
who challenge you to be your best,
And who love you no matter what.
that's what makes life worth living.
It really does.
So let's all try to be a little more like Lucy, Ricky, Ethel, and Fred.
Yeah, be there for our loved ones, support their dreams.
And remind them that they're not alone.
Those are the things that matter.
They really are.
Now, you know, we've talked about a lot,
We have.
but there's one more thing I want to touch on before we wrap up this part.
Okay, what is it?
It's how they've woven this idea of lifelong learning into their lives.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
In the original show, they were pretty content with what they knew.
Yeah, they like their routines.
But here, they're always trying new things.
Learning new skills.
Expanding their horizons.
It's like they understand that learning never stops.
And that's so important, especially today.
With everything changing so fast.
We have to be adaptable.
Yeah, curious, open to new ideas.
It keeps your mind sharp.
And it makes life more interesting.
So let's be more like Lucy and the gang.
Yeah.
Always be learning. Always be growing.
And who knows what amazing things we'll discover.
You know, as we've been talking about all these things, I keep thinking there's something deeper here.
Deeper.
Yeah, like something beyond just the characters themselves.
I see what you mean.
Like a bigger message about what it means to be human.
I think it might be about their mindset.
Yeah.
Like, they believe in themselves more now.
They're not settling anymore.
They're taking control of their lives.
Making choices that reflect who they are.
And that's something we can all do.
Right. It's not about being Lucy or Ricky.
Yeah.
It's about believing in yourself.
Setting goals.
And going after what you want.
It's not always easy.
No, but it's worth it.
When you realize your potential,
you can change your whole world.
and inspire others to do the same.
You know, speaking of changing the world,
Yeah.
there's one more thing I want to talk about before we move on.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's how they portray nature in this reimagined I Love Lucy. Yeah, it's funny you say that because when I think I Love Lucy, I think of their apartment in New York.
Right, right.
But it sounds like this script really takes them outside.
It does. It's a big change from the original. They're not just working out to be fit.
Yeah.
They want to be in nature.
Oh, interesting.
Like they're looking for that connection with the natural world.
So instead of trying to get into Ricky's nightclub act,
Exactly.
maybe Lucy convinces him to go hiking.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's not just about exercising.
No, it's deeper than that.
Like the script really focuses on how nature makes you feel.
That peacefulness.
That tranquility.
Yeah, it's like it rejuvenates them.
I can picture Lucy and Ricky walking through the park,
Yeah.
holding hands, having a picnic.
It's a nice image.
Or Ethel and Fred out in their garden.
Getting their hands dirty.
It's like nature is healing them.
Yeah, and not just them, right?
What do you mean?
Like, it makes you think about your own relationship with nature.
Oh, okay.
How often do we make time for that?
That's a good point.
Are we part of it or separate from it?
It's something to think about.
Maybe next time. Instead of meeting for coffee,
Yeah.
we go for a walk in the park.
Or instead of scrolling on our phones during lunch,
We step outside, get some fresh air.
little things can make a difference.
They really can.
I'm really glad we did this deep dive.
Me too, it's been fun.
It's amazing how much we can learn from a show that's over 70 years old.
I know, right?
It's like Lucy and Ricky, they're timeless.
Yeah, their story still speaks to us today.
And this reimagined version.
It shows us that we can always find new ways to look at things.
Even stories we think we know.
And that's important, right? To keep challenging ourselves.
Absolutely.
So, as we say goodbye to Lucy, Ricky, Ethel, and Fred,
Yeah.
let's remember what they taught us.
About living healthier, being there for each other, and never giving up on our dreams.
And maybe we can even inspire some people to find their own inner Lucy.
Haha, that'd be amazing.
But before we go,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with one last thought.
Okay.
We've talked about this world where everyone's healthy and happy, where communities are strong and aging is a good thing.
It's a beautiful vision.
But what if it wasn't just a vision?
What do you mean?
What if we could make it real?
You're right. We don't have to wait for a TV show to show us.
We could start building that world ourselves.
Right here, right now.
It starts with those small choices.
Like we talked about.
Eating better, being kind, connecting with people.
And those choices, they add up.
They inspire others.
So let's be the change.
Let's be the Lucy and Rickies of our own communities
Create a world where everyone can thrive.
and live a long, healthy, happy life.
Full of laughter, love, and everything good.
That's it for this deep dive, everyone.
Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep those imaginations going.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.